Hey, welcome to Coffee Break. My name is Matt Worobec, and with me today I have Matt Carvalho. Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers, mate.
Coffee break.
Matt and Matt, we're here for the coffee break.
Yeah, I know. Like you've been on coffee breaks before, but maybe you could just tell us what you do here at Sherpa.
At Sherpa here, I am the photo guy, the video guy, the printer guy. Anything that has to do with making pretty things, I'm involved in the process of trying to capture those moments.
Yeah. And today I was curious because it's kind of in my background as well, but I'm really curious about, from your perspective, the creative process about having kind of, you have clients, in my eyes, or what I've seen is you have clients that come in with this $1 million idea, or you have someone that comes in, they are a member of a marketing department, and they are told, okay, we need to get some content or we need a particular piece done.
Yeah.
So how do you, from your perspective, how do you manage their expectations and how do you get the best results for them?
For sure.
It's the process.
I think the most important part is kind of finding like what it is that they actually want. I think a lot of people have big ideas, but they don't actually know what it is they're trying to do. So I think it's really important to talk with the client or with the prospect or whoever's trying to do a video and just kind of really nail like, okay, is it to get seen or to get likes? Is it to tell a story? Is it to, like, what is the actual goal of it? Everyone obviously wants their video to be seen as many times as possible, but sometimes something that is more either emotional or impactful is better if one person sees that video and that affects them versus 10,000 people seeing a video that just kind of goes right over their head, just like any other content.
Right. So
I think it's important from the client perspective to really understand what it is they want to gain from the video. And then from that point, we can work together to kind of build something that will actually achieve what they're trying to do.
Right. And do you have clients that come in and say, I really love this video. Let's like do something just like this. And like how do you manage that?
For sure. I mean, I think it's definitely easier if they have an idea, at least some kind of frame of reference, not necessarily to copy, but more so to see the idea or like the execution of it. Because sometimes people are like, oh, I really like this video, and then from there you can ask, like, what is it about that video that you really like? Maybe it's not how it was shot, but it was the cool lighting that was on someone's face, or the audio even that someone had versus what they've been getting. Like, sometimes it's just the small things that actually make that big difference for a video
that makes them
that they don't actually think about. They're like,
right.
oh, I really like the audio on that. And then it's like, well, yeah, they're using something different than...
they're
not using an iPhone.
$250,000 mic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You want to invest in that? So, not to go negative a bit, but I like the nitty gritty of things. Is like, what happens when you have someone that wants to be on camera, like a head of a company or like a CEO or like a marketing manager or a sales manager, and they're like, yeah, well, we're just going to put Bill in front of... We don't have a client named Bill, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're going to put Bill in front of the camera. How do you manage, like, there must be a lot of coaching involved for some of this stuff, or do you just tell them, listen, man, it's not working.
Yeah.
Let's find somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been clients where we've had to take multiple takes, and there is always multiple takes. I haven't met anyone that can really do it like first time. There's very few people that do that. Yeah. Even when we're working with like the best salespeople in their business or in the country, those guys can sell all day, they can talk all day, but you put two cameras in front of them and like deer in headlights, they forget how to speak.
You really lose IQ points as soon as that record button goes on.
For sure. Yeah. So I think it's just getting them comfortable. I think if you're doing video stuff with people that you've never met, I feel like you have to try and make, as the videographer or as the cinematographer or whoever is involved in shooting those videos, you have to kind of get to know the person before the camera goes on. Even if that's like 2 minutes, hey man, my name's Matt, like, your name's Matt, nice to meet you, like, we have the same name, ha ha ha, like, that opens up a door for them to be more willing to, like, be able to talk to you. Yeah. And tell them, like, you don't need to nail this, like, I know you want to be done in as short a period of time, but don't feel like you need to, like, one take Jake this and get out of there.
It's not the 60s where film rolls are, $70
yeah, exactly. We got
250
250 gigs in the camera. We can roll all day if we need to. Yeah. So I think it's just making them as comfortable as possible in as shortest period of time. Like, it's tough.
Do you have any like tips for people, like videographers out there that are kind of dealing with that stuff?
Just talk to them through it. Don't feel like you need to have like the perfect take. Feel like you can chop it up, especially if you're just doing this for your first time. Like, it's okay to have cuts in the video if you need to have cuts in the video. It's very rare for you to have a seamless end-to-end video that works well.
Right.
That takes practice, that takes knowing the person, or at least having someone that's been in front of camera before. So it's okay to have mistakes and to have to redo it. And don't plan for those mistakes. Plan for extra time. Like, no, I haven't been on a shoot, I think, in my life that like everything has gone exactly how you've prepped it and wrote it. I think that's Murphy's Law as a videographer. It's just things happen and they're going to happen, so be prepared for it as much as you can, you know. Have a third camera body in case one starts to freeze or something is going wrong with one. Have an extra SD card ready in case one decides to crash. Like, have extra batteries for your mic if your mic takes batteries. Like, having all that stuff planned ahead of time really can help you like be prepared in the event that something goes wrong. It's like a survival situation. Have a survival kit. Have something ready there that is like, this is what, in case the shit hit the fan, for lack of a better term, like you got to have that ready, just in case you need it.
Yeah, and it sounds like if you have those things in place, the better product you're going to get, because you're not worrying about,
for sure,
oh, my battery life, it's about to die.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the technical side where you can actually focus on producing, because you're like, let's be honest, you are a great videographer, but you're also a great producer, right? Because you're out there with the interview subjects on your own a lot of times.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
In our case at Sherpa, we do a lot of agriculture stuff, so you're in the middle of a canola field shooting stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be focusing on the interviewee.
Yeah, as much as you can, yeah. As long as you get your stuff set up, get there early. That's another thing I'd say. Like, don't show up right when you're supposed to have the interview. Show up early so you can be there 10, 15 minutes before they get there. So you can kind of scout the room. Maybe what you had in mind for your shot doesn't actually exist anymore. The room got changed. Like, you got to be there early so you can prep for these things. So I'm terribly late for most things in life, but when it comes to interviews or any kind of video work, I'm always there at least 15 to 20 minutes early, just in case.
Well, we kind of meandered off some of the topics,
Sure.
but that's coffee break for us. So the creative process for videographers, biggest thing is you have to listen.
Yep.
As a client, you really need to come in with an idea of what you have for expectations, even showing some things that you like. And then from the shooting perspective, just being prepared, being welcoming to the interview, because it's a stressful situation, right? So the more open you can be and comforting, you can be, the better product you're going to get.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Anything else that we?
I don't know. Not really. Don't worry too much about gear. I think that's another thing a lot of videographers do. They want to have the best of the best. And I think as long as you know your gear better than the other guy, that comes like, you know, that jumps you ahead. Like, knowing how your camera actually works is way more important than having the best camera that you don't actually understand. So it is lame and it's super boring to watch 45-minute like YouTube videos on what every single button does or what every menu item does. But that stuff can really save you like in the field when you need it. How do I do this? How do I go about that? Like, that's time wasted in the field, whereas you could have learned that sitting on your couch, as boring as it is.
Yeah. So workshop.
Yeah.
The gear you're
know
using.
your gear.
Yeah. The analogy is like having a $200 guitar that you can play the junk out of, as opposed to that $2,000 Les Paul.
Exactly. Les Paul's not making
look
you
at
know
this
how
guitar,
to play
isn't
that
it?
guitar
No,
better.
it's just,
For sure.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for the conversation, man.
Yeah,
it's
no
great.
problem. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.